Good morning, everyone. You're listening to Monica and Jus. Today, we are going to be talking about urbanization and rural to urban migration. Before anything else, let us first define urbanization. Urbanization is the process by which towns and cities are formed and become larger as more and more people begin living and working in central areas. This is according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. On the other hand, according to Poston and Bouvier, it is the increasing share of population living in urban areas, wherein urban areas are settled areas that are more populous and dense than rural settlements and are often more suitable for central business districts and administrative facilities. On the other hand, rural to urban migration focuses on the process of movement of a large amount of people from rural to urban areas, which often accompanies development. The reason rural to urban migration continues to be rampant may be due to factors such as better job opportunities, economic advantages, and increased salaries in urbanized cities. Rural to urban migration continues to attract many, but the concerns to this migration are also growing. Migrants are often blamed for increasing urban poverty, but however, not all migrants are poor. Like the majority of the urban poor, a large number of migrants work long hours in low paid, insecure, and unsafe jobs and are exposed to a wide range of environmental hazards because most low income and informal settlements lack basic infrastructure. Although urbanization generally contributes to economic development, growing cities and towns in the Philippines experience severe urban housing, infrastructure, and service deficiencies, as well as various forms of urban congestion. During periods of rapid urbanization, one factor often blamed is the shortfall on migration. For more information regarding our topic, let us now listen to Jus.
Now let's take a look at Bulacan, Cavite, and Laguna and its relevance to urbanization. Bulacan, Cavite, and Laguna are considered to be peri-urban areas. Peri-urban areas are defined as areas that are adjacent in the urbanized areas that are usually the capital regions. Let's say, for example, Metro Manila or the National Capital Region, Metro Davao, or other centers of economic activity. Bulacan, Cavite, and Laguna are areas that surround Metro Manila that have been considered to be potential areas of urban expansion. Therefore, peri-urbanization is a process by which adjacent areas outside the capital regions or centers of economic activity are experiencing urban expansion or urbanization due to demand for employment, low cost expenditures, overcrowding in urban centers, and high migrant populations of capital regions. Urbanization of neighboring areas of Metro Manila is a possible solution for the eradication of informal settlers in Metro Manila and providing them sources of livelihood through the generation of employment. Therefore, urban expansion and peri-urban areas are mostly allocated for rural to urban migrants search for livelihood and places of accommodation. In the Philippines, Peri-urban areas are classified as part of Mega Manila or Greater Manila area, which is defined as areas near Metro Manila that are currently in the process of development. Ethnographic research is important in finding out complexities between Metro Manila and Mega Manila. Complexities in terms of comparison of realities. So, what is life within the peripherals? Let's take a closer look at each province. First off, Bulacan.
In the picture, you can see the different development plans in Bulacan by Ayala Land and Avida Land.
Aside from food and must-see places, Bulacan is known for its strategic location. The province is part of Central Luzon, where it is accessible to three international airports: Subic, Clark, and Ninoy Aquino International Airport. Bulacan is also known as the Northern Gateway from Manila, which derives from its accessibility that attracts potential investors. Bulacan also has a significant role in the W Growth Corridor. The W Growth Corridor is part of the development plan of Central Luzon, where its strategic location will be utilized in order to promote investment and development in the municipalities along the W-shaped plot in the map. Bulacan bridges the natural resources of northern Luzon to the consumer market of Metro Manila. Bulacan envisions to be the industrial heartland of the Philippines and in the Southeast Asia Pacific region, a center of transshipment services, a center of international conferences, and have a dynamic agricultural sector that can compete. Bulacan continuously attracts investors to utilize its in-demand resources such as skilled laborers, consumer and industrial markets, electronics industry, garments, and textiles.
What's next, Joss?
The province of Laguna.
In the two pictures, you will be able to see the two major development sites in Laguna. The first is Eton City with a central business district plan with retail and commercial centers or malls, resorts and hotels, medium-rise buildings, business process outsource centers, and housing projects. The other would be New Valley Laguna.
Laguna also has a strategic location due to the South Luzon Expressway, and it is connected to the Makati Central Business District and Ninoy Aquino International Airport terminals. Laguna is the nearest province to NAIA. Laguna prides itself on having seven principal watersheds and having the third largest lake in Asia, the Laguna de Bay. Laguna de Bay is the province's supply of fresh water. Sierra Madre, Mount Makiling, and Mount Banahaw are the three mountains that serve as a source of clean air. The province has 60,624 hectares of agricultural land and 41,253 hectares of forest land, and both are producing a lot of fruits, flora and fauna, and other crops. But setting aside natural resources, Laguna also has an abundant source of human resource and a competitive industry and infrastructure that attracts investors from around the world. And having more than enough power supply infrastructures contribute to the competitiveness of the industries in Laguna. Telecommunications and broadband services in Laguna are also widely developed.
That's so interesting. Let's talk about the next province, Joss.
Let's take a closer look at Cavite.
In the two pictures, you will be able to see two development sites in Cavite, namely Lancaster New City Development Plan that cuts through Imus, General Trias, and Kawit, Cavite. The second would be the Pag-ibig Housing Site Development Plan in Cavite.
Cavite is also strategically located and it is where the Cavite Export Processing Zone located. Its proximity to Metro Manila provides an easy access for investors, exporters, and other business-related industries. What links Metro Manila and Cavite is the Manila-Cavite Expressway, or also known as Cavitex. Like Laguna, Cavite also has an abundant source of fresh water coming from waterfalls, rivers, and lakes. Cavite is also known for its economic zones and industrial establishments, and there's also an economic activity in different communities in Cavite. Microenterprise is a trend in Cavite. 84% of the labor force are employed. Basically, in the economic context, Cavite willingly opens its doors to businesses and investments to improve infrastructure and to maximize economic activities.
Wow, these three provinces surely look promising, Just. Let's try to synthesize what we just said. So, just as Just was saying, Bulacan, Laguna, and Cavite are examples of peripherals in the Philippines. Expanding urbanization to Manila's periphery solves problems not only of Manila but also of the provinces. The development of peripheries allows these places to host companies and government offices. Moreover, we have derived that the development of the peripherals allows these three things. Number one, the generation of jobs as more buildings and offices will be built in the periphery area. Number two, stronger economies for the periphery provinces as more businesses will also be located in the area. And number three, a way to solve the worsening urban congestion in Manila as there will be relocation of not only offices but human capital from Metro Manila to the peripheral areas. Despite all the good things that urbanization brings, we should also take note that the urbanization of Bulacan, Laguna, and Cavite cuts through their natural resources and may be harmful to the environment if extremely exploited and not taken care of. That is why we believe that there should be a collaborative effort between the government, the investors, the citizens of the Philippines, and tourists because all that needs to be done is to secure the balance between urbanization and nature so that sustainable development is not forgotten in the process. By doing so, we will be able to develop not only our Metro Manila or the central business districts, but also the peripherals to generate more jobs and to provide more opportunities for Filipino citizens. But despite all this, we should also take note of the importance of securing the future of our environment and our resources for the future generations to come.